I'm Nicola. So on our channel we make videos about being a multicultural family, being a bilingual family, living in Seoul, South Korea. So today I'm going to answer a question and hopefully give some advice, but it also relates to us as well because people might have the same question for us. My question: how did you know you were ready for a second baby? We just had our first IVF baby 4 months ago and it's so much harder than we anticipated. We've been on the fence about even having number 2. And then they also said, I think doing IVF adds another layer of pressure, like you work so hard and paid so much to get those embryos, you feel like you have to use them. Okay, so you must be past 4 months now, but you're still in the early stages, and so you're in no position to make a decision yet. I remember it took years before we even thought about having a second one. For those that don't know, if you're new, we have 2 children. Yul is almost 7 and Jisoo is almost 3. And we also had to go through IVF as well, and there's some old videos about our whole thing with IVF. So like I said, you are still in the trenches, so to speak. It's so hard. Like the first year and beyond that is still so hard. So you're not in a position to even know if you want a second yet. And ignore anybody that is like, oh, your child needs a friend, or oh, you need to have another, all those type of things. Just ignore it and like do what is right for you. And having another baby does not mean that they're going to be friends with the first. They're siblings, and siblings is different from being friends. And with siblings, they're different dynamics and it changes the family. But some things to think about are you physically ready to have another baby? And you're not at this stage. Like, you know, please wait like at least a year. Like the body goes through so much of pregnancy and delivery and everything like that, that like you need to wait. And then another thing is, are you financially secure and stable? Because that plays a big part in what it's like having a second child. It can be really, really stressful if there's a lot of financial pressure. And then what type of help do you have? So if you bring another baby into the mix, you need more help with your eldest child. So that plays a big part as well in making a decision to have a second child. And then your age will also play a part as well. So these are all things to think about, and I guess maybe go on like gut feeling, but please wait and then see how you feel, and then maybe go for the checklist of like, are things financially okay? Will I have enough help? And is my body ready for this? So we waited 4 years before we had another child, and we had 1 embryo left. So it was always like, you know, kind of at the back of our minds that we still have an embryo frozen, so there's potential for a second child. But we weren't sure that if that embryo didn't work, if we would start the IVF process again, because that embryo was frozen when I was 33 or 34, and you know, like I was 38 then when I got pregnant again. So if that hadn't worked, I would be starting IVF like at 38 or 39, and that's very different from when I did it at like age 33. So having embryos frozen is a good thing, and it's completely your decision and only your decision with what you want to do. However, there might be influencing factors. Like for us, I was getting older. We had the 1 embryo frozen, and it was frozen. Like we weren't paying any fees for that because Korean hospitals, for a certain amount of time, it's free just to have it frozen there. So for us, there was kind of a time limit, and also just a bit of pressure to have a second child. I wouldn't have chosen to have another pregnancy during the middle of a pandemic. I wouldn't have chosen it at that time. Things were financially stressful, and there was a lot of stuff going on with Hugh, with his business and an abusive business partner that which just made things very, very stressful. And it wasn't even like my mum could like fly over to help me because it was pandemic. But we are super, super happy to have Jisoo, and like it was the right decision for us. It was just, it's been a rough few years. Not only that, but as some of you know, so when Jisoo was about 3 months old, my best friend got diagnosed with leukemia, and then she died when Jisoo was about 8 months old. So not only did I kind of have like postpartum depression, but I had intense grief as well. Like I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better, but it was really rough. So what about us? Some people still ask this, are you going to have another baby? And I would be like, I don't have any embryos left. Like, and like for a long time, I was just like, no, like 2 is fine. Like there's no, the choice has been taken away from me. I don't have a choice at this moment, and that's just how it is. And I was talking to another mum friend about like, because of course there's the low birth rate in Korea, right? So there's a lot of talk about this and the government's just not doing anything productive about it. And I was talking to a friend like, what would the government have to give you for you to have another child? She's got 2 children. And she was like, they would have to give me like a proper apartment, a sole apartment. Like, don't have to pay off anything, have an apartment. She's like, then I would consider a 3rd child. And same for me. I was like, they have to give me at least $1 million. Like, that's what my mentality was. But then something happens to you when enough time has passed. So Jisoo is almost 3. Enough time has passed and you start seeing newborn babies again. And this is the way that humanity has survived, right? Because your brain gets amnesia. Like, you intellectually know how hard it is to be pregnant and to have a baby and how hard things are. But your brain starts switching some of those memories off. And so I have seen newborns and I have seen footage and people and friends have had babies. And my brain goes, I want another baby. It's impossible for me. Like if I naturally got pregnant, that would literally be a miracle. But it's not, I can't do IVF. I'm 41 now. Like, it's like off the table. Unless I won the lottery. If I won like millions of dollars, then maybe I would consider doing IVF again. But I don't know. So like maybe just like wait and see, because your brain might switch off all the hard times you're going through now, all like how tired you are and sleepless nights and the crying and the stress and the worry. Your brain will start deleting those memories. And then at some point you might be like, oh, I want another baby again. Yes, so that's what it's like for us. Hang on, wait. I actually haven't asked you if he would like another, he just needs offer. Just wait a second. Okay, I just wanted to ask you, and I said, if we had millions of dollars and we had like so much help, would you want another baby? And instantly he was like, yes. So that's where he is on this. So I think like we both agree, like if it was different, if things were different, then yes, we would probably have we'd have a 3rd child. But we're so happy to have our children. Like literally the doctor told me that you may never have children. You are a difficult case. I can't promise you that you will have children. And then I have 2 beautiful children. So that might happen for you as well. It doesn't happen for some people. They're like, one child is fine, that's enough, and that's great. But you can't make a decision in like these few early months, even in the 1st year. And like also, please let your body rest and heal, because you've been through IVF as well. And that takes its toll on the body. And then you've had pregnancy and then you haven't slept. And it's so difficult. So please wait and make a decision. And yeah, let me know later. Like I would love to know what ends up happening. Anyway, what about everybody else? Does anybody else have their IVF stories, their miracle baby stories? Did you change your mind? Did you think I was never having another baby? This is too hard. And then you had several more. Let me know in the comment section. I'm really curious to know. And do you like the baby stage? There's people that are like, oh, I love the newborn stage. Like for me, I'm not a newborn person. I mean, I love holding a newborn and like the smell of a newborn, like I love it. But the whole baby stage, I do not love. But once they're sort of like, you know, where Jisoo is now, like she's almost 3, like for me, it's like, okay, they're a little person now and they're so funny and they're so cute. And that's when I think I'm better as a parent. And then from there it just gets better and better. Yeah, so let me know. And let me know what else you would like me to talk about. We don't show our kids that much these days, just like, you know, a little bit. We don't do family vlogging as such like that, but there's lots of things we can talk about and show our life in Seoul, South Korea. Possibly I will soon do a video about raising the kids bilingual. So also if you've got some questions relevant to that, you can leave them down below. Subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Mommy. Zombie.
There's no zombies. Zombies?
Zombie.
Where is a zombie?
I can't see them.
I can't see any zombies. I can't see any. How do you know about zombies? Zombies are not real.
There's a toy.
There's a toy zombie, is there?
Yeah.
Well, zombies are not real. Okay?
Yeah.
Not real.
But the way our eyes gone.
Where are their eyes gone? Well, it's not real.
The tree.
It's the tree. That's just a tree.
But the trees will change the color.
Yeah, the leaves will change colour, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.